Hello everyone, and welcome to a video that I don't think I've filmed an intro to yet. So here I am, filming said intro. Who's ready for some empties, yeah? In real time, yes, we love to see it. Get those reviews and actual demonstrations of the products as I'm finishing them up. Yeah, we love to see it. I don't know, it just makes sense to me. So here you go. Enjoy my last fewish, 4-ish, 5-ish, however many months of empties. Oh, hi! Funny seeing you here, and by that I mean I'm a person that sometimes doesn't learn. I just don't. I've got a collection of empties for you. First one being this chapstick here. I love this stuff, you guys. I feel like when I first, are you seeing, don't worry, I have on, it's a dress. You won't get any booty out of that mirror, but I can move. So yeah, I think when I first tried this chapstick, because they had sent me, when they first came out with this total hydration line, they had sent me like a very small but still nice to receive PR package with the 3, I think, flavors that they had at the time, and I think I thought it was okay, you know, like perfectly fine, but not something I went bonkers over. But over the years, this has been my go-to repurchase for before bed lip balm. This is the Chapstick Total Hydration, specifically in the cooling peppermint. The other ones are still good, you know, like the formula is the same as far as I can tell, it's just a different flavor. I personally like the mint before bed because I just brush my teeth and it just makes me feel extra minty fresh. But yeah, this is good stuff, you guys. It's nice. It's very lightweight, sinks into the lips nicely, and feels comfortable. Has that nice peppermint smell. It's not overwhelming or anything, but it's still nice. And overall, it keeps my lips hydrated for a good amount of time. I would say like 5-6 hours. And it's just good stuff. It's silky. Like I said, I've purchased many of these. This is probably like my 4th or 5th tube. It's just good stuff, and I would highly recommend it. And before I get to my other things, let me wash my face and take off my makeup and get ready, and then I'll show you the items when I typically would have used them in my routine. Alright, all washed up and good to go. And also I forgot to show you, for those of you that enjoy seeing an empty chapstick, lip balm, whatever, I do actually use mine, all of it, and usually I would have scraped out the innards, but you can see I tried, and then something about it, usually the innards are just as good as the outers, but this time around, something was very different. It was a lot harder and waxier, so either way, this is a great product, just not once you get to the innards. The deep innards, I should say. Now, I'm at the point of my nighttime routine where I'm about to put on skin stuff, so eye cream. This is not a cream, but it is an eye product. Sorry, were you way too close there? I need to go to bed. This is the Aloe Vera Superfood Eye Serum for dry skin. It's winter, so my skin is drier than normal, and I have eye skin, so this is great for me. And it actually was. It was one of those products that, like, when I was first using it and as I continued to use it, it was like a never-ending supply of it. I was like, you know, it's okay, but like it's not my favorite. Like I wish it was just done so I can move on to the next one. But like I kind of have that budget mentality where I'm like, okay, it's good, I enjoy it fine. So like I technically spent money on it. It was from a BoxyCharm, but you know, I should use it, type of a thing. I'm the type of person that if I cook a meal, even if it turns out poopy, if it's still edible, you know, I haven't burnt it to a crisp like an actual char, the whole thing, I just eat it still. I can't tell you how many bad pastas and stuff I've made. Just bland, sad. But I spent money on the ingredients, so I'm gonna eat it. Anywho, this product was like that, except as I kept getting further and further down, I had run out of my morning eye cream, and so I was trying other eye creams, and I would always be like, I like this one better. This one, I liked a surprising amount. Because I feel like for me, I typically like eye creams. I really like the feeling of an eye cream underneath the eyes. I like that kind of a slight film that it sometimes leaves. So I feel like I've got on an eye mask when I'm sleeping. But this one doesn't do that because it's a serum. And it was kind of like, you know, you buy aloe vera for a sunburn or something. It's like that kind of a texture where it's kind of goopy boogery, but like not in an unpleasant way. There's no chunks in it or anything, but it's like a more watery goober feeling, and just lightweight, and literally just skin drinks it up like absolute ice water in the desert. It was really nice. I don't think it like made an improvement in the way my eyes look or anything, but it's not like I've got some signs of aging. I have aged. Thankfully, I do not still look like the infant I started as, or worse, the fetus. But either way, yeah, I really liked it. I would have, while I was using it, I probably would have said I would never purchase it. I don't know. Kind of like it. I might buy it again in the future. Shoot, the point of these new empties was so I could show you the product, but I really used most of this. I don't know how much more, if that, oh Jesus. Okay, apparently I can get a lot more out, but see, it's like a boogery kind of a, that looks gross. Anyways, it's just like water. Like, see, it kind of looks like I was crying, and it just like that in. But like at the same time, I guess it kind of leaves a little bit of a feeling. I also like dumped way too much out. Usually I would do a drop, a literal drop from the pipette. But yeah, it just is so hydrated. So nice. I mean, it's not like it makes my eye skin feel smooth or anything. Like it just feels hydrated, and it feels really friggin' good. It's almost got a cooling feeling to it, but not like a minty cooling. It's like a cooling like if you were to have water on your skin and the wind blows, that kind of a cooling. It was nice. I liked it. Might repurchase in the future. And another thing for the eyes, I know I wasn't kidding, there's even more. I was putting this off. But I have something else for the eyes here, and I actually got way more out of this than I thought I was going to. So I think I've been using this for like 3 or 4 months now. This lasted me, this little tiny tube. It's the Shiseido Full Lash Serum. Sorry, can you see that there? This was 2 milliliters, and it lasted me a long freaking time, and I think I have before and after photos that I can show you here over the months. I was not thinking ahead enough because I really only thought I would get a month's worth out of this, so I didn't think well enough to do like a 1 month, 2 month, 3 month kind of an effect. But you know, the results were not instant, but my god, the results are there. At least I can tell in real life when I curl my lashes and put on mascara. So I don't know how evident it's gonna be, you know, in the before and after photos, but just trust me when I say my lashes have been looking amazing. So this comes with a doe foot applicator, and you just kind of rub this along the lash line, bloop, 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 bloop. I mean, just like you would any other serum. I really don't know why they chose this applicator. It seems a little strange to me. I don't know if it's somehow like getting on the lashes makes a difference in like conditioning them and helping them grow, but like I feel like I can actually see new growth. Like on this eye this morning, like I felt like I could see some kind of above my natural lash line, a couple of lashes. So I don't know. I feel like it's made a difference personally. It doesn't irritate my eyes. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have gotten this in my eyes before, and if you get a good amount of it in your eyes, it stings. But aside from that, if you do it properly like I just did, you don't have to worry about that. But yeah, it's lightweight. I put it on before bed every night, and this is the results. I'm a happy camper. I would purchase this based on results. And then, last but not least, Cassie, why are you showing us a medical item? I thought these were beauty empties. I don't actually think you guys sound like that, but that was the voice I chose to give you tonight. Did I say it's bedtime. But I have these Dynaderm hydrocolloid dressings, extra thin. These are what I use for pimple patches. I get these off of Amazon. I buy them in bulk, and I already started cutting this one up, but you can see the size of it compared to my face here. It's a good size, and I love that you can cut it to whatever size and shape you want. So like, you know, I can cut an extra long one. I can cut this piece up into a triangle and a rectangle. I can cut this up to be a couple of little squares. Are we loving geometry class, folks? Are shapes geometry, or is that just first grade? Anywho, so yeah, you can cut these as you will and stick them onto your pimples and whatnot, and these absorb the extra moisture out of them. So if you have like a large raised bump or something, at least for me, those are the ones I usually do, or if I've picked at it or just popped it or something and there's, you know, like some leaking fluid remaining, you can slap one of these on and it will suck all of that up. So when you wake up, it'll at least be flat. And if it was like more of an open one that you just picked, these also help to heal it, because that's essentially what they're supposed to be for. It's a wound dressing, and it works great on blemishes as well. I don't think, like, I feel like some companies explain pimple patches as like it sucks out the actual pimple. I don't know that there's any bandage or patch that actually does that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I think they all work the same, don't they? In that they're these hydrocolloid things and they absorb the moisture, but not like the actual pus and stuff, you know? The infection isn't technically a pimple an infection because it's a bacteria. Questions. As someone with dermatillomania, you would think I would have more pimple knowledge, but okay, anywho. You can see there's just a little like paper backing to this, so you just peel it off ever so dexterously. Figure out which of your lumps and bumps your shape will best address. I mean, honestly, you should figure out which one this is going to be for before you cut it out. But foresight, anywho, I'm going to put it right here. I'm also going to put one here, 2 in 1, and that one on my forehead. This one's pretty flat, so yeah. And then I just wear these to bed. I don't think they've ever fallen off. They do sometimes, especially if it's like a bigger zit and there's a lot more to suck out of it. You know, sometimes the edges can start to like peel off, but overall it still stays in place and stays on the pimple. And like said, I really think these work a treat. It's what I use. You can also use it if you have dermatillomania to cover up spots, so that if you're like me, you can't pick them in your sleep. You know, you won't wake up to a bloody face from what you did while you were sleeping that you had no control over. So it's also a good protector in that sense. So these are great. I couldn't even tell you how many boxes of these I've been through in my lifetime, but I use them every single night because I almost always have something to cover. Or, you know, something I would like to make flat on my face. So, yeah, these are great. They're fairly inexpensive. Definitely more expensive than something like the Star Patches, which I do love, but like, you know, if you want a more budget-friendly option, this is the way to go. Hello, my friends. I feel like, sorry, you've got cat hair on you. It's been a minute since I've filmed an empty, although that doesn't mean I haven't had a couple of empties sitting here. I will not be using one of them right now, because I don't need it. However, some dry shampoo I do need. I'm not looking terrible or anything. I think it's been a day and a half-ish since I took a shower, washed my hair, but you know, we could use a little refresh, so I'm gonna use up the last of my very favorite dry shampoo. This is the Not Your Mother's Texturizing Beach Babe Dry Shampoo in the Toasted Coconut fragrance. I just love it. It works really well at getting rid of the oil in my hair all day. It's not just like a 1 or 2 hour fix. The biggest downside, I think there's enough in here. Get down here, I don't have a tripod in here, but like I said, you can see my hair, it's not that bad. But here you're going to see the worst part about this dry shampoo is that it does have a really bad white cast to it. However, part of that is just because this is at the end of the can. Does anyone else notice that with dry shampoo when it's at the end of the can, it's a little more white? But as long as you scrub it in, not only with your fingers like this, but then also with a comb or a brush or whatever, it does end up getting most of that cast out. But if you do have silky or thinner, finer hair like me, you know, it also helps to give some texture to the hair so that if you want to tease it, you sure can. Gives you lots of teasing capability. I mean, come on. Don't worry, this is not the final do for today, but I just like to give a little boost, and it also helps to kind of cover my scalp from peeking through since I have such thin hair. But ta-da, there you can see, took rid of oily greasiness here. My hair feels refreshed, it smells great. Like I said, because I'm at the end of this bottle, there is a teensy bit of a white cast to it, or like a dulling texture to the hair, but overall, I love this dry shampoo. I'm a little nervous because one of my coworkers recommended a different one to me, so I'm gonna try it. But if I don't like it, this is the one I'm going back to. I've gone through many, many bottles of this stuff and would highly recommend it. If you like coconut scent, of course, but I think they make other scents too. Guess who has another empty You don't have to guess. It's me. I've got an eye cream serum thingy. This is the Elemis Superfood Matcha Eye Dew Refreshing Eye Gel. I actually quite liked this stuff. I feel like it was one of those products that grew on me. It's not that I ever disliked it, I just thought it was okay, but then turns out I actually really liked it. So it is just like this kind of light green gel, and I use it as an eye cream. Imagine that. I like it. It kind of feels like what if you have a sunburn and then you put aloe on your sunburn and your skin just and it's so cooling and just nice. It really does just feel like just a big drink of water for my skin. I really like it. It's very wet, very liquidy, but it doesn't leave any kind of a residue once it finally sinks in. But I really liked it. I did, which surprised me because I'm more of a eye cream person, but that gel won me over. All right, I know, change of location for Empties here. I thought maybe it would be nice to not hear the fan of my bathroom. I hope I can even show you guys this. I loved it so much that I could not help myself. I tried to leave a little bit, so you know, now I can show you the product before I put it in the trash, because I think that's helpful. But I've got this Way Texture Hairspray. For some reason it doesn't want to focus. There we go. I couldn't tell you. I probably got it from a BoxyCharm, but I loved this stuff, you guys. It's a spray, and you guys saw my hair was looking a little flat. I really don't know that there's anything left in here. But it smells so good. It smells like a fancy salon. And then you spray it in your hair. And if there's any left, let's see. I know, messy background, but at least you can kind of see, like with the white door in the back, it just oomphs. Oh, it's so intoxicatingly nice smelling. And it lasts all day. It doesn't feel sticky in the hair. It doesn't feel heavy in the hair. It gives that lift. And you know, throughout the day, it definitely like deflates a bit, but then you just kind of zhuzh it and it perks right back up. And if you're like me and you have fine, thin hair or whatever, this just is, it's amazing. I love it. I need to get my butt in gear and order the full size of this because I love it so freaking much. Unless you guys have a recommendation for a texturizing hairspray that is also lightweight and works very well. But this one has been so good and I love it very, very much. So I would highly recommend it. What would you highly recommend? Please tell me. Because either I'm going to buy another one of these or I'm going to try one that you guys suggest. God, yes, that smell. It's so good. I was not anticipating needing to film this morning, so pardon me. I'm running late here. I thought I hit my snooze button like usual, but I must have hit the turn off button instead, so I am running late. I mean, I'm glad I woke up at all, but I'm about to go out of my moisturizer. It's empty, so I can't really save this for another time to show you. I guess I'm kind of getting some to come out there. But this is the Drunk Elephant Bee Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel stuff. I liked it. I liked it well enough. Clearly, I used the whole bottle. It is this clear gel moisturizer here. And it's one of those ones that definitely just kind of feels like you're putting water on your skin, which I like. I think I like it to be a little bit more creamy, but I mean, this is a gel moisturizer, so like that's no fault of the product, that's more just personal preference. But it sinks into the skin really nicely. It's very lightweight. It's just not what I typically go for, but I mean, it's very good. Like, it works very well. It really just comes down to personal preference. I mean, it sinks in very well. It's got that cooling feeling, like your skin just took a big old gulp of water. Maybe I like this more than I am saying, and I'm just freaking out that I'm running so late here. But I liked it. I just don't think, like, if I was going to buy a new moisturizer, this would be at the top of my list. But like, if I had no other moisturizer left and this was the only one I had left in my stash to use, I would not be upset about it. Does that make sense? So, I mean, I do love the packaging, how it's a twist here so that if you travel, cool, it's not gonna squirt out on you, you know? Not that I travel. But I do think the design is cool, and like I said, it worked very well. Ooh, apparently it's got pineapple ceramide in there. Yeah, and I liked it. So, 'tis what it is, another moisturizer down. Once it dries on the skin, it's also got that kind of like tacky feel to it. Whether that makes any difference to you, but my skin feels nice and plump and hydrated, and that is that. Alright, I need to go to work. Bye. Oh, it also has no scent to it, as far as I know. I've never smelled anything. So if you like unscented, I mean, maybe check the ingredients first, but like, as far as I can tell, this has absolutely no scent to it. Like, it isn't even one of those, like, it has that unscented scent to it. It just, I've never thought it smelled like anything. Hi, I've got a makeup empty, hey! I know, this does not happen often, even when I was using makeup almost every single day, but especially now that I'm wearing it maybe once or twice a week, this is a momentous occasion. And I have got this brow product right here. So this is the Co-Sauce, what did they call this, like the Air Brow or something? Doesn't say on here except, oh, when companies try and make it easy for you and you still don't get, yep. I have the shade Medium Chocolate Brown. I had gotten this in a BoxyCharm. They were including these when this was like at the height of popularity, I feel like. I'm assuming it was from TikTok. I mean, it does have very cute packaging here. I love the clear pink acrylic. The one that I think people enjoy the most is the clear one, and that is the one I wanted to try. But of course that was the first one to run out for BoxyCharm, and I was nervous about this one. I doubt it's gonna pick up on camera, but maybe it will. There's like very fine shimmer in here, and I was like, listen, yes, I'm trying to emphasize my brows, but like, I have a limit to how much I want to emphasize this feature of mine. Thankfully, I have not noticed the sparkle in my brows. I haven't put this in yet, but I think there's enough in here that I can apply it real quick for you guys. This started off as a much more wet product, but it wasn't so wet that it was too wet for me, you know? But it has definitely dried up at this point, so I actually like the texture, but I don't feel like it's giving me too much color payoff or anything anymore. Just like ever so slightly is giving me ever so tiny bit of a shape. But you know, the spoolie was really good at going through the brows, deposited a little bit of color in there, and gave what I think was the right amount of hold. And for me, that's, you know, not like hairspray freeze gel kind of hold. It's just like flexible but firm. Do you get what I'm saying? I just liked that I could make the shape that I want. You know, I tend to do the middles more up and then I fan outwards, and I thought it was a great brow product. Honestly, I would not be against going back to this and actually purchasing it on my own. So this was a good one. I've got a couple other brow gels though that I have to go through first, but like I said, this would absolutely be on my list of ones that I would be okay to try out in the future again. But for now, I'm sorry, to the trash you go. Alright, you guys, that concludes my empties for this installation. I hope you all enjoyed it and got some good product reviews, slash you just had a good time hanging out with me. I appreciate having you here, and as always, if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe, and tippity-tap that notification bell down below and become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I would love to have you here. I'm all out of sorts. You can also comment, like, all of the things. Yep. Also appreciated. And, as always, I hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!